Imagine yourself traveling from the cold winters of New York to Thailand, a destination where it has warm weather, people that smile at you all the time, also known as the land of smiles, culture that is rich in history with great food, and then hopping over to Eastern Europe for really good reniki, borscht, and have this type of lifestyle, not because you're rich, but because you have location independence. The people that are living this type of lifestyle, and there are many, is what I call a global citizen. A term I coined for people that are not limited by borders, not limited by the countries and a specific way of thinking, but are open to living a lifestyle that is transcending borders and transcending the ideas of one single country. Really taking advantage of the world, having the best of each place and really utilizing it for our own advantage and really living the lifestyle of our dreams. So you can find these global citizens all around the world with their laptops, at chic cafes, at co-working events, co-working spaces, and also meetups and expat meetups around the world. And it's really a lifestyle that is now allowed because of the technological advantages and the advancements of our time. Now we can more easily than ever run an entire online business with just a laptop and an internet connection, right? Nowhere in history were we able to do this. We have people that are living across different time zones, working across different time zones. It requires a certain type of international mindset where you can not only live in one specific place for the rest of your life, but live globally, to travel across the world, live in multiple different time zones, have multiple sets of communities, and to really embrace culture. If you have a location independent work, then you can transcend borders and live a lifestyle that only few can imagine. This global mindset is not for the faint of heart. You are going to have to learn a lot. You're gonna have to be adaptive, flexible, because as you're going to travel and live and experience these cultures, you're obviously gonna be met with some resistance, right? Whether that resistance is a language barrier, a cultural barrier, the customs, whether it's the food, maybe you don't like the food, maybe you love the food, maybe the people are not what you expect, maybe there are customs that you don't really understand. But there's also so many pros, whether that is traveling to different cities, embracing the culture, learning the local language, meeting people, conducting business deals while in those cities and countries, getting the best of both worlds, taking advantage of the currency differentiation, using the strength of your passport and the power of your local currency. And it really has to come down to location independence. It's the ability to move around at your own free whim. If you're from the States, we have snowbirds, and these are old retirees in their 60s and 70s who like to travel from the north, usually from New York because we have really cold winters, to the south, to Florida, which has really great weather, right, for this winters. So here are the snowbirds that are taking advantage of location independence because they don't have to work anymore because they're retired. The idea is the same. They're using location independence so they can move whenever they want. As a global citizen, you might want to go to Thailand for the great food, for the great weather, for the so many different islands you can be island hopping. Or you can fly over to Barcelona, where the culture is rich, the history is rich, the Spanish food is so good, and also to experience maybe the nightlife. There are so many things that you can do because of location independence. It allows us to unlock a new level of freedom and a new level of lifestyle that 30 years ago didn't really exist, right? Only exclusive to the rich. And now, more than ever, with the skill sets, with the technology, with the way innovation at the workplace, there are more and more opportunities for everyday people to live like a global citizen, to have this ultimate lifestyle and achieve that location independence more easily. But you want to be strategic with this, right? You only have limited time, you only have limited energy, so you want to be able to go to the places where you're most appreciated. live where you're most appreciated, right? If you're an Asian American and you feel connected to the culture in Asia, maybe you want to go to East Asia, reconnect with your roots, where you know the local language, where you're also fluent in English, so you can take advantage of dual languages, you can take advantage of your powerful local currency and really live a lifestyle that is higher quality, live a lifestyle where you're culturally rich, only part-time. You don't have to live there full-time. You can experience everything that you ever wanted back in your motherland and experience the great food, the people, relatives, and all of that. And then you can go back. Or better yet, you can go every single year. And each city has its advantages. Maybe you like big cities like Tokyo, where all the neon signs, the people, the hustle and bustle. Or maybe you like something more remote. You can go from fincas in South America to little bazaars in Middle East. As you travel and if you embrace this lifestyle, you see the different positives and also the negatives of each city and country. If you're trying to learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, why not go live in Rio de Janeiro, where you can experience the mountains, go hiking, also the beaches, and go surfing, and also go learn BJJ from the masters themselves? Why not go to Colombia, in Cali, the city of Cali, where it's the salsa capital of the world, and learn salsa firsthand from the salseros, right? As I personally travel throughout the world, is to embrace and build community, because there's a reason why you love home city, is because you have friends, family, and a sense of community there, whether that's through some of your hobbies, whether that's from high school and college friends. You have a sense of community, a sense of belonging, and when you have this, it makes it feel like home. And while you're traveling, sometimes that is probably one of the most difficult parts in being a global citizen, is lacking in community. One of the best things while traveling is the people you meet, and being able to meet people and also establish longer term relationships with these people, with the locals, with other expats and other people that are living there long term, is to live there long term yourself. So this is where the idea of focus cities comes in. I coined this term focus city, is really the idea of having a couple of cities where you really enjoy living in internationally, where you can revisit every single year. The idea is this: if I'm based in New York City and one of my focus cities is in Bogota, the capital of Colombia in South America, it's a big metropolitan city where it has great amenities, great apartments, luxury apartments. It has Spanish, which is a language that I'm still learning and I'm trying to perfect. It has access to great international food. It has an international airport, and the weather is temperate, right? It's a great place to travel to. So that is one of my focus cities, right? Another focus city, if you like Asian cuisine, is to be based in Bangkok, Thailand, right? Bangkok, Thailand is centrally located in Asia and also the Middle East and the Balkans, where it has cheap flights to other destinations that you might be interesting. But Bangkok is such a big city, right? Huge metropolitan area with incredible malls, high quality food, and international scene, so it can serve as a focus city, right? And you're going strategically to these places where you're building the local community, having local friends, understanding the cultures and the customs and even the language, so that you can integrate fully into these different cities and in different lifestyles, so that you can bring it all together and become a global citizen, where you are living throughout the year in different cities. Ask anyone that has traveled extensively, and they'll tell you that traveling can get actually tiresome and boring, if you believe it or not. If you're traveling 5, 6, 7 months out of the year, going from city to city, country to country, having to navigate, understand the different languages, the customs, and all the things that come with it, and getting lost and losing things and maybe even getting robbed, right? All these things can make traveling tiresome, and it's definitely a position of privilege. So Is this the ultimate lifestyle hack? Perhaps it is. Perhaps it's right for some. It does take a certain type of mindset and courage to forge this new path, because being a global citizen is like the pioneers of the early days. As society as a whole is more interconnected than ever before, being more internationally minded, whether that is location-wise, whether that is geography-wise, and understanding different cultures and the politics and the business and the ideas that are circulating throughout the world is going to be faster and more relevant than ever before. Once you have the ability to be location independent, you can take advantage of the strength of your passport. You can take advantage of the power of your local currency. You can take advantage of the language that you speak. You can take advantage of the ideas from your home country and bringing it to another city, another country. It's the power of geo-arbitrage, right? Taking advantage of the quality of life that you can have for a fraction of the price. If I was spending $4,000 on a one-bedroom apartment in Manhattan, in New York City, one of the most expensive capitals in the world, rather than spending $4,000 there, I will live in 4 different cities in 4 different countries for half of that price and still have a higher quality of living. Becoming a global citizen is a process, right? You're not gonna jump into it overnight. It's not something that you're like, well, I'm gonna become a global citizen tomorrow and sell all your things and gallivant across the world. It takes practice, it takes some know-how, and it takes a certain type of mindset. But this is just the idea that I've shared with you guys. Let me know what you think about being a global citizen, the idea of this lifestyle, and whether or not you agree with it.